Welcome to Business Success Tips, where you learn to make more money in less time and have a lot more fun. I'm your host, Paul Sanneman. I'm founder of Contractor Staffing Source. We help contractors build great teams. My guest today is David and Karen from Guardsman. So, David, what does Guardsman do?
Guardsman is in the product protection industry. We also offer home warranties. We've been in the industry for over 100 years. Our furniture side of the business is probably more popular and well known in the marketplace. A lot of the major retailers that sell furniture has sold the Guardsman protection program for many, many years. But Guardsman itself has been in the business for a little over 100 years. So that name is well known. We do function somewhat at times, which is still a company name, is Warrantech. And the consumer space and a lot of the retailer programs we've had in the past was under the Warrantech name. But we also cover the automotive industry as well.
Okay, so David, I'll give you three examples. Let's say I'm a remodeler. How could I use Guardsman?
For the remodeler, if they're doing have product in that customer's home that they're involved with, which is HVAC, plumbing, electrical, they can offer them our major home package. But we also cover the appliances within that customer's home that may be something they may have installed, or it doesn't matter if they initially installed them, we can cover that same product.
So you don't cover like if there's a leak in the roof, but you do cover all the appliances?
Yes, and major systems. We don't cover roofing at this time. We do cover, again, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, which are the major.
So this is always a question. Let's say my toilet leaks. Is that considered and it leaks and messes up the floor? Is that considered a plumbing issue or not? Or my dishwasher leaks? How does that work?
Well, if you're plumbing, let's say your toilet is clogged up or it's leaking, we would have a plumber come out there and service it. And that would be covered based on the problem with the toilet. If your dishwasher is leaking, again, we would basically cover the repair in order to get that dishwasher working, and so it's not leaking. And so the plan would cover that if you've got the appliance program.
Okay. And so a remodeler would use you to cover all the appliances and the basic systems, not the roofing, but so if somebody said, after you did my remodel, my dishwasher leaked, or, my hot water heater leaked or something, and it's all your fault, that would be covered under warranty, right?
Would cover under the plan, yes.
Okay. Now let's take an HVAC guy, all right? He puts in an HVAC system, it's doing great, and all of a sudden the HVAC system leaks and messes up the floor and a bunch of other stuff. Would that be covered?
We would cover the failure to fix the HVAC unit. We would not cover the damage associated that it may have caused, if it, damaged the drywall, the wall, whatever it may have impacted because of the leak. We don't cover that. We cover the repair of that specific product in order to make it work and functional.
Okay. Now let's say I'm a small home builder. I build, pick a number, 5, 6 houses a year. And how would you cover that if I built a new house? Because there's some warranty and all this stuff because it's new. But would that be a client of yours, somebody who built 5 or 6 houses a year?
We could support through this program, and I know we've got other programs in the works to support those dealers, and I know Karen's working on some of those as well. But the program would cover those people, whether they installed the appliances or any of the other supporting products in that home, meaning HVAC system, the plumbing, electrical. We would still cover that, whether they installed it or not.
Now, the other thing,
and I'd like to add, Paul,
yes.
We do have, as David stated, we do have multiple plans. The one that we're primarily focused on is our existing build plan, which is called Guardsman 360 Home. But we do have new build programs as well, which have a different type of coverage, very similar, but it will get into more of the new build area for home builders.
Okay. The only other circumstance I can think of is I'm a guy that's flipping houses, right? So I come in, I buy the house, I put lipstick on the pig. Just kidding. So I make it look good. I decide I'm going to sell this thing, and then I sell it. And then, pick a number. 6 months later, the dishwasher goes or something doesn't work. Do you cover that kind of thing?
Yes, we would.
Okay. So if I'm flipping houses,
Dishwasher, if there's a range, I'm sorry, Paul, if there's a range or even a refrigerator, any of the appliances there that are existing when he flips the house that it leaves, we would cover the product.
Now, how do you know whether it's like an old messy, how do you know the quality of the appliances you're covering? You inspect them, or how do you know they're not going to fall apart?
Well, we don't know that. We do hope that they're within a reasonable, age from the time of purchase, not 30 years, but, hopefully within 10 years of
Right.
when that product was first produced, because parts availability becomes an issue for some of the older product. So
Right.
we hope it's a late model, preferably. It doesn't have to be, within that 1 year manufacture. We would still cover the product. And again, we basically do kind of rely on the honesty of the customer and the contractor or service provider that's selling the plan.
Right.
Yeah,
So
our plans,
if
our
you,
plans don't cover pre-existing conditions, but as David stated, we do rely on, the homeowner as well as the home buyer to tell the truth that the product is in
right.
good
So if
working
you have
order.
like a 30-year-old electric stove, probably wouldn't be a good idea, right?
It probably wouldn't be a good idea, but we're not excluding it. We don't exclude
Okay. Well, that's
specifically
good.
for
All right.
age. Um, but we do ask that the product, we require the product to be in good working
Working
order
condition.
when the
Okay.
plan is placed on it.
So
And that
how
reason
much?
too, Paul, is because as you start to get into the older product, it's sometimes very difficult to obtain parts to repair that
Right.
product,
True.
unfortunately.
Now, how much does this cost?
Would
You
you
want to
like?
share that information,
Okay.
Karen?
We have for the 360 home plan, we have three different plans. We do have an appliance package that's around $300 annually. And then we have a major systems plan. And then we have a total package. The total package is just under $1,000 for an annual plan, but we do also have monthly pricing as well, which is more affordable for customers.
So now I did the remodel, or I did what I did, and as long as I'm paying, I'm covered. How does that work?
That's correct. As long as you're
Yes.
paying, you are covered. If you opt to do the annual, you pay the one-time fee, and for the next 12 months, you're covered.
Now, let's say I did a remodel and the appliances are questionable, but they're sort of okay. And so since I sold the remodel, I buy 1 year's protection, and then I know it's covered for then. But if I want to keep it covered for 3 years, I just have to pay it every year.
Yes,
Yes.
that's you
Okay,
just
which
renew
might be a
your
good
you
idea
just renew
because,
your plan.
and now even though I don't own the house, can I still pay for the plan?
We do want the homeowner to be the one that is purchasing the plan because of changes being done to the home. We would prefer it to be the person who actually owns the appliances and owns
So,
the
so,
home.
so this means when I'm doing the house, I actually sell the homeowner the plan and they pay for it. I don't pay for it myself, right?
Oh, well, if the flipper is the
Hmm.
owner at the time, then of course he or she can purchase the plan and it can be transferred to the new homeowner.
Okay, then they have to keep paying for it to keep it under warranty, right?
Correct.
If they purchased the monthly plan, yes,
Monthly
if they
thing. Okay.
purchased the monthly option. But if it was something that the home builder or the flipper wanted to place on it as a value added product, in selling the plan, as a lot of realtors do, then it can be something that they've purchased and then just transfer over the 1 year plan to the new homeowner.
Can I do it? Can I buy 3 years worth in advance, or is it what year at a time?
Right now, we only offer a 1 year for the 360 plan, but the builder's plan, if they're interested in that type of plan, we do have a 3 and a 5 year. And yes, they can purchase that.
Okay, good to know. So, who's your best customer? I mean, when you think about if you had to give me, this is my avatar of the customer I really like, who would that be?
The person who doesn't have any claims.
I see. So, who would be,
But,
They
you
have
know,
products that don't malfunction.
right?
but I would say that the service provider driving this program would be our best customer, whether it's a contractor or, flipper, or even a person that just does service, because they're involved with service in customers' homes on a daily basis. This is kind of the reason this program was developed and created. Even at Service World, we had in the early years many service contractors that wanted to sell some kind of program and plan to the customer. So although we had other plans in the work, this was the plan, so that really was a referral program that we're offering, which is the Guardsman 360 program, where it kind of does two things. It helps to kind of create a branding and loyalty for that service contract if he does service within a specific market, that ties the customer to him as well as to us, because we get the referral from them. They get a lead fee for the referral. And then as a customer in the future may require service, that service is sent back to that service provider, and it just kind of closes the loop. The customer doesn't have to go any place. They're going to that one service provider to support that product. Or even if an HVAC service provider refers it to us, and it's an appliance program, we're going to give them the referral fee for that appliance, and vice versa.
So what happens is, say I'm an HVAC guy, it's good for me because I sell them this, and if it breaks in 6 months or a year, 5 years, whatever, they keep paying it, you're going to call me versus them going into the internet and finding somebody else, right?
Correct. It makes it simple for the customer. One call, one stop. You become their service provider, and you've done great service for them in the past, so they want you to be their traditional provider for many services for the product that you support. If you do appliances and HVAC, which we do have right. Service providers that do both categories, but we also have providers, for example, that are not only HVAC, but they also do electrical and plumbing as well. So anything that's in those categories that are covered under the plan, if you're providing service, it comes back to you.
Now, what do you use for a rate schedule? I mean, as far as I'm coming back in, I'm an electrician, I'm a plumber, I'm an HVAC guy. How do you determine what I'm going to get paid? Is there standard rates, or how do you figure that out?
Well, we do have standard rates, but we also look at rates related to the market that you serve. If I'm dealing with a servicer in Mississippi or a servicer in New York or Chicago, the rates are going to be different because of cost of doing business. So we do have a base rate. Many times the base rate does work for most of our service providers. But those that we need to negotiate on a need because of demand and the markets that they're in, we do work through that process with the service provider. And although the program isn't offered in California, the service provider needs to be allowed the opportunity to negotiate rates.
Okay. So you're in every state but California?
There's a couple of states we're currently not active at the moment. It's in the works, but we got to get some other things in place before we move forward with some of those other states that we're not in. Okay. I think it's 3 states. Karen?
Mm-hmm. Well, the plan is eligible to be sold in all states except for California. But as far as what we're operating in currently, we're not operating with all dealers and services in all states, but it is able to be sold in all states except for California.
Given the rules in California, I totally understand that.
Yeah.
Most litigious state in the union, I think. Everybody gets sued for everything. So
some of the registration requirements to sell any type of insurance program in California is very challenging.
Yeah, that's true. It's not a great place to do insurance.
And that's what it is.
So question, if people want to get a hold of you, they're interested in the program, how do you introduce them, get them signed up? What's that process look like?
Well, we handed out at the event a card that allows the service provider to reach us related to one or two things, either referring us to a customer and then calling us for a quote on the plan, And then also we did provide information for them to contact myself and Karen as well. But we do have a phone number where we can both be reached, email address that we can both be reached. If they want to ask us about the program and the plan for coverage, we do have for the service provider that is active in the program what we call a leave behind flyer or leave behind document. And that document has a couple of things. It has our phone number.
Mhm.
It has a QR code as well as an email address so they can contact us regarding the plan. On that leave behind document, there's a field so the service contractor that we're partnered with could leave a reference code, which we ask the service customer that's calling us for their interest in participating in purchasing the plan at the time of that contact. Once we do that, that's how we register and identify the service provider associated with the referral.
So there's actually no cost for those brochures, I assume, right? If they want to get them from you and leave them behind every time they do a project, that's not a problem, right?
That's correct. We don't want them to be salesmen. We've heard throughout the years attending these different events, do you have a program I can refer a customer to? You know, if you're selling the plan, the structure is a little different rather than a referral, because if you're selling the plan, now you're an agent and there's some other things that are required in order to make you,
Yeah.
in the sense, that self-servicing
Right.
dealer.
Nobody wants to
agent.
be an insurance agent on their part-time job, I don't think.
Well, it's just the structure of you selling the plan is slightly different versus a referral.
Got it. So probably referrals easier. So where do they go to, how do they get a hold of you and how do they get a hold of Guardian? Just go to the website or what?
Yes, and I can send you a flyer that we use for the event. I don't have a copy of it online.
That's fine. Just in the podcast, just tell people, can they go to the website and do it? Does that work?
Yes, that would work.
Okay, so the website is guardsman.com,
website-
right?
The website, yes, is guardsman360.com.
Okay, if they go to guardsman360.com, they can learn more about it. That's
Yeah,
good.
and let me just kind of clarify. It's 360 home warranty
Okay,
at guardsman.com.
got it. So it's guardsman.com/guardsman360 home warranty. I get it. I got it on my
Yes.
now. Cool. Okay,
And
great.
if they want to call us, they can also call our 800 number, which
Okay.
is 800-973-7928, one related to either referral or if they're interested in joining the network and they say, I'd like to join your network, be part of this program, they'll take all the information and then they're referred to both myself and Karen related to whatever direction we need to take in order to get them to participate with the plan.
That's well, it sounds really easy to do. So if you're listening to this podcast and you don't have a home warranty program in place, this is probably a good answer.
Yeah.
So thanks, guys. I appreciate being here. And something everybody should have because nobody wants stuff to break and have to pay for it, right?
No.
Well, it gives the customer peace of mind. It makes it easy if they do need service on those appliances or major systems in their home. And then if they've got a service partner, let's say like you, that does service, then it just kind of helps make that process easier when they have an issue that they need, especially if it has to be critical. Wintertime, you want to make sure your heat is running and is
Right.
able to keep you warm. Or if it's your HVAC system and it's the middle of summer and you're in the middle of Phoenix, Arizona, it's 118 degrees.
Right.
Now you want to stay cool. And as you noted, if that dishwasher's leaking or that washing machine's not working or your refrigerator can't keep your food cold, you've got partners that are going to help you resolve that relatively quickly.
Sounds great. Well, thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate it. And I would say if you don't have a home warranty program, you should definitely look into this one.
Yes.
It's a great opportunity. The servicer can make money from the referral as well as getting that service call down the road if service is required.
Makes a lot of sense. Thanks, guys. I appreciate your time.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.
Have a great day.